Hello and welcome back. We're getting ready to go away for 3 nights. However, we're not packing up the caravan because we're not going in the caravan. We are going away to Spain for 3 nights for the weekend to celebrate my 40th birthday. And we're flying EasyJet, and I have not paid for us to check in any luggage. Yes, I'm tight. Even though it's my birthday, you'll see that I'm tight in some ways and will blow the budget in others. But all I'm allowed to take with me is this small backpack. So let's see if I can do it. In this video, I'm going to share with you some tips and tricks that I've picked up over the years to help me pack as best I can for a holiday. So I've got this small bag and that's all I can take. We're flying with EasyJet and they are strict. These bags, we've got 3 of these bags that my mum and dad bought as they're always flying back and forth to Ireland very often, and these were just off Amazon. You can get them if you just put airplane hand luggage bag. There's loads of them that come up. This is the bag that I will be bringing. I know that it should be absolutely fine with EasyJet, and to make sure that I don't get stopped and they don't charge me, something my dad always says is make sure you do up the buckles on the side, pull it really tight so it looks as small as it can be. I also find that I get a handbag small enough that I can roll up, fold up and put inside at the top, so that as soon as I'm onto the plane, I take my handbag out that's been folded up and put in my passport, purse and everything else. The question is, will I be able to fit all my clothes and shoes and toiletries for 3 nights in this bag? We'll see. Now, I've already thought that if I can't fit everything in, I have purchased from Amazon this. It's got an air pump with it, and it's got vacuum sealed bags. It comes with 8 bags. There's jumbo, 2 jumbos, 2 large, 2 medium and 2 small bags. So if I can't fit everything in my bag, I can use this, and the pump will come with us. And so hopefully I've got a backup. EasyJet were wanting $36.99 per bag to check in to fly to Malaga, and I'm not prepared to pay that. So we're going with hand luggage. Let's see if we can do it. Now, in terms of toiletries, I always look out for samples. These are just some of the samples that I've picked up through Instagram, Facebook adverts, so always keep an eye out for them. So I've got 3 perfumes there, travel size. And I've also got some serums and face creams as well. And they're always popping up on my Instagram and Facebook, so definitely worth keeping an eye out for them. They come straight to your door, and throughout the year I accumulate quite a few. So here are just some of the samples that I've picked up through adverts popping up on Facebook and Instagram. You just simply fill in your details and then they'll send them through to you at your home address. If you find that you're not getting any of the adverts pop up for free samples, it's worth visiting some of these pages on Instagram and Facebook. And once the algorithm gets to know that that's what you like, they will then start popping up with free samples. So I've got my samples there. If I still need to bring some more of my own, these are some travel size bottles that are up to 100 mils, so I can decant into that my favourite shampoo, conditioner and also some tan lotion if I need to into them. You can pick these up from Boots, Home Bargains and lots of other places. Now, when I went to Boots the other day, they did have lots of travel size little bottles that you can pick up, but they were definitely a lot cheaper in Home Bargains. Also, a top tip, if you are travelling with a baby and maybe you're formula feeding the baby, something that I used to always do with Maisie when I was flying was to order to Boots in the departure lounge her formula already made up, so that it wasn't taking up any of my luggage allowance and I could just pick it up and go straight on the plane. I'm sure you can still do that. If you look and see if you can order it into Boots at the departure lounge, it's definitely worth it. Even if you're not travelling with a baby and maybe you're wanting some particular sun lotion or toiletries, it's worth ordering it into Boots in the departure lounge of the airport you're flying from. Another top tip, and something that I'll be bringing with me, is my empty water bottle. So that once I'm through security, you tend to find at most airports there is a water fountain. So I can top up my water bottle for the plane journey, and then I've got water for my journey rather than have to paying an extortionate amount at the airport for a bottle of water. Now, I have treated us to the airport lounge. We're flying from Luton Airport, and when I looked, for 3 of us, 2 adults and a child, it was going to cost us £94, and that was for drinks, soft drinks and alcoholic drinks, and a hot and cold buffet. Now, if we were to eat in a restaurant at Luton Airport, it would easily cost us £30 a head. So, however, with my blue light card, or using a discount for teachers, you get 15% off. So with my discount, I got it for £84 for the 3 of us. So £27 each for a meal and as much you can drink and eat. So come along and let's see if that's worth it. If there's anything I have forgotten or can't fit in my bag, then I know there is always a shop or Mercadona around the corner that I can pop into and always buy it there. And at the end of the day, I'm there for, 3-4 days? And I know that I can always live without it. It's not the end of the world. I hope you found this video useful. These are just some of the tips and tricks that we've picked up along the way that I thought might be useful to share. I see lots of people going on extreme day trips. There is a really good Facebook group. If you're not a party to it, it's definitely worth checking it out. Now, we have done extreme day trips before. We've done one to Dublin and we've done one to Paris, and it's something I would definitely recommend. And I'm always looking out for any reasonable flights that we can do from any local airports near to us. However, they are limited and there aren't that very many that are at the weekends or in school holidays. But I'm constantly searching Skyscanner for those reasonable flights just to see if we can pick one up. If you want to hear some more tips and tricks about getting cheap flights and cheap holidays, please do let me know in the comments below. I'm well known with my friends and family for getting good deals on holidays, and I will be happy to share any tips or tricks with you. I have found over the years that flights definitely aren't as cheap as they used to be, but there are still some tricks that you can use to save you a few bob. We are going to an area in Spain that we have been to for many years as a family, and it's somewhere that my husband's grandparents used to have a place for years that we go back and forth to. It's somewhere that I went on my very first holiday, and Jamie on his and Maisie on hers. It's brilliant. You fly into Malaga and you can get the train from the airport straight to Los Boliches, which is where we like to go. However, our flight is late at night and we're not due to land until after midnight. And unfortunately, I don't think we'll be able to make it in time for the last train to Los Boliches. So we will have to pay a taxi, which I will be grudgingly paying. But I know I'll be able to get the train though back to the airport, which is a lot cheaper than a taxi. If you've got any other tips or tricks for travelling with just hand luggage, or for just booking a cheap last minute breakaway or any breakaway abroad without the caravan, please do let me know in the comments below. We booked into my lounge at Luton Airport and we were so glad we did. There weren't many seats in the main terminal, and although we didn't queue at security, the departure lounge was really busy. They weren't letting anyone else into the lounge, so booking in advance definitely paid off. The food was Mexican themed, build your own burrito bowl or mac and cheese. Pudding was pancakes, fruit and biscuits. Drinks included wine, beer and spirits. Prosecco and champagne was extra, but I got a glass complimentary. It gave us a calm space to relax before the flight, so it was definitely worth it. When it was time to board, the plane was only a few minutes late taking off. Not bad at all. As soon as we got to our seats, I pulled my handbag out of my backpack and always keep it in the top so it's easier just to take out. I topped up my water bottle in the departure lounge before we left, which meant I had water for the plane journey. If you haven't had time to eat before going on the aeroplane, I definitely recommend buying a pot noodle or instant noodle and asking for a free cup of hot water. They shouldn't charge for this, and then you have a meal, which saves money again whilst on the plane. We'd booked our airport taxi from Malaga airport through Sun Transfers and it was €47. Normally we'd take the train, but since we were landing late we couldn't be sure we'd catch the last one. Our driver Samuel sent us a WhatsApp message with clear instructions on where to meet. Everything was smooth and easy and it was just a short 20-minute drive to our hotel in Los Boliches. Definitely worth it for a stress-free arrival. Come into Los Boliches for years and it's a place that feels like a second home. Jamie's grandparents used to live out here most of the year, so we've got a lot of special memories tied to the area. It's familiar, it's comfortable, and it's a kind of place where you can properly slow down and relax. This time we stayed at the ILUNION Hotel, which we really like, mostly for the location, right next to the town square. It's right on the seafront, so you're just steps from the beach and it's an easy walk to all the cafes and restaurants that we love. The area has changed only a little over the years, but it still has that same charm, friendly, laid back and not too over touristy. The hotel itself has a lovely feel. The decor's got a Scandinavian style, bright, clean and minimal with natural tones and textures. It feels calm and modern and the rooms are really comfortable. The staff are great too, always friendly and helpful without being overbearing. And there's a pool if you fancy a change from the beach, just a quiet space to read or cool off in the sun. We had a sea-facing room and waking up to that view and the sound of the waves never gets old. It's a simple hotel in the best way. No fuss, just everything you need in the perfect location. Coming back to Los Boliches always feels a bit like coming home, and staying at the ILUNION makes it even better. One of our favourite things to do in Los Boliches is just walk, and on our first day we really made the most of it. We walked all the way from Los Boliches to Carbajal. It's a flat, easy walk along the seafront on the promenade, and the promenade is absolutely spotless. It's a kind of place that makes you want to keep going, wide paths, palm trees and that constant view of the sea beside you. By the end of the day we'd done over 24,000 steps without even realising it. All along the beach you'll find little chiringuitos, beach bars and restaurants where you can stop for a drink or something to eat. Some of them are right on the sand with sunbeds out on the front and the smell of grilled fish cooking on the boat barbecues. We passed loads of them on our walk, and by lunchtime they're all buzzing with families having lunch, people sipping sangria, music playing softly in the background. That evening of our first night, we had a meal in one of them and it was perfect. We had a big dish of paella, cooked fresh and full of flavour, packed with prawns, mussels and rice that soaked up all that rich seafood taste. It felt really special to be sat there just meters from the sea with the sun starting to set and that relaxed beachy energy all around us. Honestly, it was a perfect first day. Sun, sea, a good walk and a birthday dinner I won't forget. Another walk that we enjoy doing from Los Boliches is along the seafront into Fangarola. Fangarola itself is a lot more built up than Los Boliches, and it's definitely more touristy with loads of bars, restaurants and attractions. There's a big zoo, a water park and lots going on, especially in the summer months. We walked all the way to the marina and stopped off for a Tinto Verano, the perfect spot to sit back and watch the boats come and go. We then carried on walking further to the far end of the beach, stopping at the bridge that overlooks the castle. We didn't go up to the castle this time, but it looked amazing from below, sitting high on the hill. It's a lovely way to spend a few hours, a mix of peaceful seafront and lively town energy all in one walk. One of the nicest parts of Los Boliches is wandering through the back streets away from the seafront. The narrow streets offer a bit of cool shade, especially during the heat of the day, and there's a real local feel to it all. You'll pass little cafes, balconies with laundry hanging out, and the quiet hum of everyday life. It's calm, authentic, and such a lovely contrast to the busier beachfront. Just slow, peaceful, walking in the shade, a perfect little escape. Unfortunately, it's time for our mini break to come to an end, and it's time to head home. We caught the train from Los Boliches to Malaga Airport, and it's just €3.20 each, and the journey is quick and easy. The trains are clean, frequent and really affordable. Such a convenient way to get to the airport without any stress. You can also use the same line to explore the coast. It stops at places like Benalmádena, Torremolinos and right into central Malaga. It's a brilliant way to see more of the area without needing a car. A smooth, simple end to a lovely trip. I hope you found this video useful. Please do let me know in the comments. If you've not already subscribed to the channel, please do consider subscribing. Your support is much appreciated. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much for coming back. Many thanks for watching and take care.